as you know, I came back from the combine, and I actually started
sharing.
Yeah. And I did something that I don't normally do, which is rumor monger. And I wanted to give you an idea of what it's like to be at the combine and hear from people, because the combine is filled with innuendo and talk and chatter non-stop. The chattiest of the cathiest of all of the NFL events.
Which you told us on the way there.
I told you that on the way there, and I'm like, you know what? I heard things over and over and over again at the combine, and I came back and I gave you a top 5 things that I heard at the combine. And, you know, it might have turned a head or two. It certainly did when it came to number 1. By the way, number 3 on the list was things between the Ravens and Lamar are not going well. Number 2 was the Packers sure hope that Rodgers tells them he doesn't want to come back. How did those two age?
Pretty well.
Okay. And then number 1 I heard from multiple people was keep an eye on Tom Brady, that he may not be done. And it killed me to do this because I love Tom Brady with every fiber of my being and everything that he stands for. And the last thing I wanted to do was make his life difficult. He even responded on Twitter. And I felt to myself like, oh, God, he must be sitting there going, really, Rich, did this? But I was told just the fact that he loves keeping his options open, that is what he does for ever, is keeps his options open. And there's a reason why he didn't sign a one-dayer with the Bucs. That might have helped him with their cap. And there's a reason why he didn't sign a one-dayer or his final contract with New England either. He wants to be a free agent just in case. And the just in case, certainly at the time, and we put pieces together yesterday because Tua came out and said in his media availability just yesterday, my last full day with a blue check mark, he came out and he said that he talked about potentially retiring with his family and decided against it, which is great. But keep an eye on Brady and Miami. We all know Miami, 7 nights from now, does not have a draft choice. What's the word for it, Christopher?
Forfeited.
They forfeited it because they tampered with Brady back in the day. There's been a connection between him and the Dolphins, and plus he lives in South Florida. That's his main base of operations. And if somehow, some way, this is what I was told, if Tua somehow can't answer the bell, because how many times it was rung, Brady is the ultimate, in case of emergency, break glass quarterback of all time. This is what I was told. And since then, Brady has done nothing to feed into that whatsoever. Whatsoever. All he's done is post videos on his Instagram and his stories and everything else of his beautiful children, his vacation, recreating what looks like a Top Gun Maverick beach volleyball scene, playing football out there, you know. He's videos of his cat. I mean, none of this is whatsoever giving you an indication he would play football again. None of it. Well, then, today at something called the Emerge Americas 2023 conference, I have it right here. Emerge Americas is a venture-backed platform focused on transforming Miami into a global tech hub. Brady was the keynote speaker there. And guess what? Was asked directly, would you come out of retirement to quarterback the Miami Dolphins? I mean, could not be more right into the heart of the question with that question. Roll it.
Spending a lot of time in Miami, now you call it home. By chance, is there any chance that you're coming out of retirement and playing for the Fins?
Oh, man. I know, honestly.
I'm just saying, you gotta...
Well, I will say, now that I'm not affiliated with any team anymore, and even though I have strong ties with a couple teams, I do have some friends on the Dolphins that I really like. So I wouldn't say I necessarily root for them all the time, but I root for my friends to do well, and several of them play for Miami. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Interesting.
So, was it a yes? or
That's not no.
it wasn't a no.
Well, the question wasn't, do you root for Miami? Oh, baby. Look, Tua is awesome when healthy. The Dolphins are awesome and set up. I love the coach. I love everything that they've done. And I hope Tom enjoys, living his life the way he's living. But that right there is exactly why I was told what I was told at the Combine. Exactly. This thing can be totally put to bed for the rest of the year, may never happen, but this is exactly why I heard the chatter. And God bless him. Guy just can't, he just can't say, he's not going to sit there and say no if he doesn't mean it.
Right. He's not going to lie to us. So, he says he's retired.
He's not going Costanza that it's a lie if he believes it.
I'm retired. What do you
It's not
say?
a lie.
For good this time?
It's
or
not a
something?
lie. If you believe
I mean, he flat out gave you an answer right there.
I would be shocked if he played this year, but this is the Michael Jordan 99.9. It's the 0.1% chance that he's leaving the door open, but I would be shocked if he's back. Shocked.
Yeah,
I would.
right.
I'd be shocked.
Of course. So would I. 100%. But if Tua gets hurt, whatever, and the season's going down the tubes, he has friends on the team who he's rooting for. And now I think it is something we got to consider here. This drop, we pop it out of mothballs. Right?
I plead the fifth.
It's time for a TB12 heat check.
I think the heat check's back.
That's such a great.
I forgot all about
That's
that.
such a great.
It's been 2 years. That thing's been in the vault like the lost ark.
I didn't even know he
We
had
put it away. We put it away, in that big, huge warehouse.
I forgot where it was.
Yeah,
Just wheel it
we
out.
wheeled it, and then we just took it out and we'll dust it off.
So are we giving a number right now?
Oh, I think it's still at 0. I mean, Tua came out yesterday and said
But Tua said he was thinking about retirement.
he did say that, but he also said that I got a son and Brady knows exactly about wanting to play so your kids can remember what dad was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows that. It's still 0, but it ain't less than 0, right?
Like Bonnie Raitt.
We're not Jamie Gertzen.
Like Bonnie Raitt gives us something to talk about.
I just said Jamie Gertzen.
You did.
Said it. I used her as a verb.
But Mike
because
White,
fine, it
but
fit.
Mike White is there. So if Tua can't go, it's
Good one.
Mike White.
Good one. Right there. This guy.
You know what I'm saying?
This guy. He ain't no Bailey Zappi. That's correct.
I'd rather have Zappy than White.
Would
Look
you?
at us. This is now it's just a food fight. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern for free.